Hola, Cholo Trucker here, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Man, why does boxing do this to me, Holmes? It's like, damn it, dog. Yeah, homie. I need some aspirins, man. But let's go ahead and let's bring in the Chingones, man. Joining us from the other side of the country, out in Florida, a Gran Chingón, el Metal One, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey Ed, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, I could be better, man. I was really looking forward to something, David.
Me too.
They rip it right out of my hands.
As a matter of fact, I'm reading about it right now. I'm reading the inside story about the father, what he had to do when he collapsed. We'll talk about it. I didn't know it was that bad. I mean, I'm reading about it and I'm wow. But you know what? I'm not gonna address the elephant that's in the room right now. We're gonna talk about it, but wow. I am amazed. Surprised.
Instead, in the room, let's bring in the boxing scientist, man.
Yes, there you
Mikey TV one, Mr. Mike Zavala.
What's up, brothers? What's up, man? Oh man, my heart's broken, but I got my two brothers here, and let's get it on. Yeah. Mills Lane. Yo, Ed. I think he froze, huh?
I think he froze on us. He'll come on right now. He'll come on. Hey, the Diego Pacheco's fight starting right now too.
Oh, the brother or Pacheco?
Yes. No, the Pacheco is starting right now in the zone. As a matter of fact, while we're on, I'm in my gym, and I got my TV here.
The brother's fighting right now.
I saw the brother in the gym, dude. He's grande. He's a gordito. Like,
is he?
Yeah, I saw him at the gym in Glendale.
Oh, okay.
The brother's about to throw down right now.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Turn it on real quick.
Yeah. So, hey, shouts to all the Chingones y Chingonas, man. Gracias for being here with us right now. We do understand that the zone card is on. I got it on in the background, and we're definitely going to talk about Diego Pacheco, the main event, man. As a matter of fact, let's start with that, since that's what's on right now. What do you guys make about Diego Pacheco? He's fighting tonight, the zone card, Golden Boy, man. Kid out of South Central. He's fighting down in Mexico. This guy, I first saw him, he was fighting in Europe. I think, look, personally, I think it's actually good. I'm glad he got exposure to the Europeans. I'm glad he's getting exposure to south of the border, to Mexico, before they actually start having him fight in some more notable fights here in the United States, man. Most notably the Southwest, LA, Arizona, Vegas. I think it's actually a good move, man, because now you got guys from across the pond. You got people south of the border that actually like, oh yeah, that's right, this guy used to fight here. But Mikey, what do you make about Diego Pacheco?
Hey, the kid looks promising, man. South Central has a good story. He's training with Jose Benavides Sr. And one thing about Jose Benavides Sr., man, he'll put you in with wherever you need to be put in. He don't care, dude. There's no ifs and buts about it. You need to go to Europe, he'll take you to Europe. You need to go to Mexico, he'll take you to Mexico. That's one thing I like about Jose Benavides Sr. He puts his fighters in wherever you need to go. So I give him respect for that.
Okay, David, what do you make about Diego Pacheco?
You know what? I like Diego Pacheco. ¿Sabes qué? He's a real deal. He's a future champion, without a doubt. I'd like to see him fight Berlanga, or I'd like to see him fight Munguia next. But the guy he's fighting today, Mando, I think they call him, Mando. I'll tell you, that guy's good. He's 6'3". He's from Los Mochis. And, dude, I've never seen a fighter from Los Mochis be a taxi driver. These guys go in like the guys from Tijuana with a lot of corazon, a lot of heart. So it's not going to be an easy fight for him. But as we're here, I'm in my gym right now, and I got the TV on right above me so I could see the fights. I've never seen his his brother looks like he's 15 years old, un gordito. You know, he looks like he's 15 years old. He moves good too for a heavyweight. Little panzón, still has baby fat on him. But that kid, you know what? He's going to be okay, man. I've never seen him. I didn't even know he had a brother.
I mean, I'm looking at the guy that he's fighting right now, man. I mean, we're not talking about. I'm sure the dude could throw down, but if we're talking about bodies, you know, his opponent, it's not like he's got that much of a body, Holmes.
I don't know if you could see it or not, but I'll lift the camera up.
Yeah, he looks like a little roly-poly, Holmes. So this is.
I don't know if you could see the television, but he's a little gordito.
Yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
Look like Andy Reese.
Yeah. So it's only a 4-rounder, so that's pretty freedom, man. And this is just so Pachenko Jr. so he could get some work done, man. Mikey, Diego Pachenko. He fights at 168, Holmes?
Yes, he does.
And this guy start making some really good movidas. Do you think he's promising? Do you think he's a Bubu Andrade? Do you think he's a Berlanga? Do you think I'm not really high on Jaime Munguia. Do you think he's kind of like on a Berlanga level, or do you think this guy can really make it to the top?
Yeah, Ed. I mean, we can only hope, but we have to see more, man. Keeping it real. They're giving him the right fights. He has good moves. He's fast. He has that nice little step, that little Mikey Garcia step, boom, and he hits you with the right. What? Canelo overrated. All right. But yeah, man, the kid looks promising, but I need to see more. I need to see him face adversity. It sounds like a broken record. I need to see his defensive skills, his footwork when he fights the southpaw, coming from behind. I want to see more, but he looks promising. And the kid's tall. He's a good-looking kid, an American kid. Oh, man, he's promising for sure. Mexican? Oh, man, Mexican-American?
Okay. David, what's your thoughts, man? If you had to guess right now, is this kid, like you said, is he the real deal, or is he just going to be kind of like a Berlanga?
He's the real deal.
Okay.
He's the real deal, but I agree with Mikey and Vince. It's on the zone right now. I'm with Mikey. He still needs to grow maybe one more year. But personally speaking, he's not ready for Canelo. He's not ready for Charlo. He's not ready for Morel or Benavides. But he's definitely ready for Berlanga, and he's definitely ready for Munguia. And I think he'll beat them both. But he's not ready. He's a B level right now. He's not A level yet, but he's C, B level. We'll see him tonight. He's going to show his skills.
But you believe he'll be an A-level fighter at some point?
Yes, without a doubt. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. When Canelo retires, and Benavides goes to heavyweight, yes, he will. You see, this guy's a kid. He's a kid. He's like 23 years old. You know, he's a kid yet. He's going to grow into it, but he's going to be good without a doubt.
Okay. Hey, over the weekend we had, and we're definitely going to get to the whole Virgil Ortiz, man. We got a lot to cover on that. Over the weekend, we had a heavyweight fight. Not so much that I really want to cover that fight. I am somewhat of a fan of Real Big Baby Anderson, but I just kind of want to talk a little bit about the heavyweight division, man. I thought the heavyweight division was really blowing up once upon a time. It's a done deal now that Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting Dillian White. Usyk is going to be fighting Dubois. Guys, wasn't the heavy... Now, I'm not talking about the heavyweight, back in the late 80s, early 90s, the Riddick Bowe, Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Tommy Morrison eras. But it seemed like the heavyweights were starting to make a comeback. A few years ago, it was actually kind of exciting. I was actually kind of excited because I thought this kid was going to bring more to the table. Mikey, where you at with the heavyweight division right now, man? Do you pay much attention to it? Do you not care about it? Do you want it? Are you excited for it at all?
I mean, once upon a time, right, a couple years back, it was looking good, man. There was the big four, the big three, the big four. Andy Reese kind of messed that, threw a wrench on that. And then Tyson Fury fought, what's his name? The heavyweight, what's his name?
Joshua?
No,
he fought Wilder.
He fought Wilder, and he finished him up, and it was supposed to be Wilder coming up, but you know what I mean. So right now it's not looking good, and then Usyk's in the mix, so they need to fight, man. They need to fight to make a statement because they say when the heavyweights are making headlines, then boxing is making headlines. So I want to see the heavyweights come up. I do.
Okay, David, the heavyweight division. Are you invested? Were you invested a few years ago? It seemed like it was really coming back, man. I was pretty excited for it. It seems like it's kind of tampering down. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on the heavyweight division right now?
Last time I was excited with the heavyweight division, truly excited, was three times. One, I was 12 years old, 1971, 72, when Joe Frazier fought Muhammad Ali. I mean, I was watching all the fights. I think it was three fights. And you know what? That was one of the times. The other time, when Mike Tyson was in. When Mike Tyson was fighting in the 80s, you know what? 90s, early 90s, ¿sabes qué? I was in that fight. I mean, I loved it. When Andy Reese won the world championship, first Mexicano, Mexican American to win a title, heavyweight, when he fought Joshua, I was excited. Other than those three, I'm not a big fan, man. You know what I mean? I've watched all the heavyweights. I've watched all of Tyson Fury's fight, but I'm not excited about heavyweights, man. Put me at a welterweight, put me at a middleweight, put me even at 115. You know what I mean? I love those fights. Heavyweights, to be honest with you, if they aren't great champions, I'm bored. You know, I'm just bored. They're too slow, and it's just I'm bored with it. But those were the three that I could say that I was really excited about. Right now, I'm not excited at all about the heavyweight division, even with Tyson Fury there.
I was excited. I was buying in when Deontay Wilder was knocking dudes out. When Tyson Fury was over there, he still runs his mouth, but he was actually fighting. Anthony Joshua was doing his thing, man. It was getting excited, man. I was starting to get pumped up. I'm like, okay, here it comes, man. The resurrection of the heavyweights. And now we got Tyson Fury, who I don't know if he's going to fight this year. Word is that he might fight an MMA guy. Like, come on, dog. You are the heavyweight world champion. You're going to fight an MMA dude, man? Like, you're not even retired. Let the belts go, retired, and then have your exhibition match with an MMA guy. But I just, man, dog. I mean, what a way to just kind of let everything down. I was really looking forward, and I thought it was really fun. Andy Ruiz, like you, David, I was really like pumped up. Like, orale, man, that's right. Now I see that this fool's a one-hit wonder. Now, I'm not saying that his skills are a one-hit wonder, but him wanting it, I thought was kind of like a one-hit wonder now. It just, I don't think he got that eye of the tiger in him. And it's kind of a letdown, man. So, I thought some of these young heavyweights that are coming up, they're pretty exciting. But, you know, Big Baby Anderson is talking about he doesn't really like boxing. It was a good fight over the weekend. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I'm a little bit maybe too high on him. Maybe I need to tone it down a little bit and say, what? I don't think maybe he needs more work, or maybe he just does it just because he wants money and that's it, you know. But that was just about it, man. So, fellas, I mean, let's get into it, man. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the fights tomorrow. I know we have a cancellation of a fight, not the card, but of a fight. Let's talk about Jerome Boots Ennis. This guy has been talked about for a long time. Every welterweight, stay away from this guy. Stay away from this guy, man. This guy's a killer. This guy will eat everybody up. While I think he's good, I don't know, man. That's kind of overselling it. I think he's a pretty good fighter, but no way do I think like, hey, man, everybody stay away from this guy. Mikey, what do you make about Jerome Boots Ennis? And by the way, who he's fighting tomorrow with Villa, man? I mean, this is going to be a pretty competitive fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. You know what, Ed? Boots Ennis, it's a little bit overrated. But I do like his skill set. They give him the right fighters. He beat some good names, some all right names. But like I said, with everyone, I'm critical with everyone. You need to show me something, fight some top opponents, and see what you are. But he does make mistakes. He's still coming up. He makes mistakes. Last fight, who did he fight last fight? Oh, I have it in my notes. Some Russian Armenian fighter, and he did get exposed.
Dukian.
Okay, with Dukian. And he didn't get exposed. His footwork. He was crossing his feet. He wasn't balanced. He got hit. His shell defense is not the best, and when he fights in the inside, he does get hit. He's fighting via a killer, dude, a killer from South America. He's a banger. So this fight is a style of fights, and man, if Boots Ennis has to be in his skills, in his A game, and correct his defense has to be on attack because he will get knocked out, man. So and I'll get in more detail in the fight if you ask me, but I like Boots Ennis, but he's a little overrated. He's not before Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz has more skills, and he's fought better competition.
Okay, David. I mean, a lot of people are very high on Boots Ennis, saying that he's the boogeyman at 147. Stay away from Boots Ennis. Even they were even talking about the veterans, man. Hey, Spence, Crawford, whatever you do, stay away from Boots Ennis. I mean, are you feeding into that too, David? Do you see that great of a fighter in Boots Ennis?
You know what? He was exposed against Karen Chanuchian or whatever how you spell his Russian last name. He was exposed his last fight, even the fight before. He didn't have a knockout. He was once again doesn't know how to cut off the ring. Hopefully, he's working on that. He is probably counting his blessings that I do not see. And I know we're going to talk about it, not now, but I don't see Virgil Ortiz going back to 140, 147. So he's counting his blessings. And I see Crawford and Spence going to 157. 155, I see him staying there. So I think he's going to be a world champion, but it all depends tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be his test because Royman Villa is the real deal, but he's also tailored for him. Karen basically boxed and ran all night long, and he couldn't cut off the ring. Villa is going to trade with him. So we're going to see basically Villa trading with him maybe in the later rounds, and that's where we're going to see if he's real or not. If he knocks him out, he's the real deal. If he goes 12 rounds unanimous, he's the real deal. But there's a chance that he might get knocked out tomorrow because Villa's the real deal.
Okay.
I guess tomorrow I'll answer your question if he is or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a big test.
Does it matter how he wins?
No, as long as, it's unanimous or as long as we know that he won the rounds, he's going to win the rounds because he's going to box Villa. But if he catches Villa, he's going to put him to sleep. But if Villa catches him, which I think he might, he'll put him to sleep without a doubt.
Okay. Mikey, how does this fight go down, dog?
I mean, this, like I said, this is a fight of styles, right? Whoever imposes their style, Villa is a banger. He's going to bring the fight in close quarters. And, man, there's a chance Villa could knock him out because Boots Ennis, his inside game is delicate. He does get hit. He's a switch hitter. He has a lot of tools in the toolbox. But the only thing is that Villa is a little wild. He could catch him in the inside with Boots Ennis has power with both hands. He throws uppercuts, so lo puede agarrar con uppercut, boom. And Boots Ennis has a lot. He knows how to penetrate that high guard Villa has. He uses framing. He has probing. He could power through, go around, or hit him in the bottom. So Boots Ennis has a lot of tools to penetrate through that high guard, but Villa has that power and make that fight ugly. And he could knock out Boots Ennis, man, if he's not ready. But I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna call Boots Ennis probably knockout because he's gonna catch Villa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it.
JJ,
But I'm going for Villa. I'm going for Villa though.
JC is saying Villa gonna get robbed.
Yeah.
It can happen.
I don't see Villa dominating Boots Ennis to call it a robbery. I see it being a close fight and them definitely favoring Boots Ennis for damn sure. I don't think Villa dominates Boots Ennis like that though. Look, personally, man, I like Boots Ennis. I am kind of high on him, but not that high on him, man. Where it's like, hey, man, everybody stay away from him. No. He's pretty good, but the kid's not great, man. By the way, my guy Connor Ben would tear him up, dog. I'm just saying.
No way.
I'm doing it out there, homie. I'm just doing it out there. My boy Connor Ben will chew that dude and spit him out, man. But no, look, Romain Villa, man, this dude's a warrior. This guy's a gladiator. Where is he from? Venezuela, man. That's actually on fire. This guy is a true warrior, man. I think this is going to be one hell of a damn fight. I think everybody was kind of focusing on the Chingones and Virgil Ortiz fight and kind of overlooking this fight. Now that fight is off, which we'll get to in just a second, definitely eyeballs on this fight, man, because this is really going to test, is Boots Ennis a warrior like that too? Because he hasn't been tested too much. You know, he's had a couple of opponents here and there that go in there to fight, but not the way VI is going to, man. VI is going to, you're going to hit VI and he's going to keep coming at you, man. So I like this. I like this for Boots Ennis, and let's see what kind of growth we get out of him. Who do I pick to win? Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis. I think it's a unanimous decision. I don't think it's a robbery. Yeah, I don't think it's a robbery, man. I think he does actually win the fight. So we'll definitely see what happens with that. Hey, okay, so because the main event was canceled for tomorrow's fight, at first it was reported that Jojo Diaz versus Perez was going to be the main event. No, actually that's going to be the co-main event. And they moved Schofield up there to be the main event. But let's talk about Jojo Diaz versus Perez. I saw the weigh-in. What weight is this fight happening at? I had the ring announcers over there saying, "Oh man, welterweight fight, welterweight fight. That's 147." Perez weighed in at 138. Jojo Diaz weighed in at 141.5 pounds. What weight class is going on there? One is below 140, one is above 140, and you're saying that this is a welterweight fight that's 147. What the hell's going on here, Mikey? What's going on, dog?
Yeah, I mean, isn't Jojo a 135 pounder? Where's he campaigning now at 135? And you know, when they're not fighting for a title, you could go over one pound or two, something like that. Benavidez did it. So he's a 135 or what's going on? I have no idea. Golden Boy, man, they do a lot of weird stuff, man. Boxing's been doing a lot of weird stuff. So to tell you the truth, that I have no answer to that. I just studied a little bit of Perez. That's his last name, right?
Yeah.
The guy, yeah, he sucks. Unless I studied the wrong one, he sucks. Jojo's coming off 3 losses in a row. He's has marital problems. Alcoholism. He's not right, so they have to give him an easy fight, and they have to let him make weight. He's been drinking. I don't know, man. When you drink, you get a beer, but you don't make weight. He's not a 100%, man. He's just the name. He's fighting this guy Perez. Dude, I saw his fight. He's garbage truck juice, man. Unless I study the right one. He's slow. He's tailor-made for Jojo Diaz to give him a boxing lesson.
Okay. And he is a name. Look, he never really loses his name. People always know the name Jojo Diaz, and they know he shows up to fight, man. David, what do you make about this, man? The announcer is announcing this fight as a welterweight fight, which is 147. Yet Perez weighs in at 138. Jojo Diaz weighs in at 141.5. What the heck's going on here, David?
You know what? It was my understanding the fight was going to be at 140 because Jojo's going up now because he wants to fight Ryan Garcia wants now to fight at 140. He didn't make weight. That's the bottom line. He didn't make weight. This whole card, man, I'll tell you, I think they really messed up, man, by firing what's his name?
Diaz, Roberto Diaz.
Yeah, Michelada. Yes, I think they really messed up, man. I know they have some new matchmakers, but nobody was like Diaz. I mean, Diaz did a great job when he was there, and things have been falling and going downhill ever since they fired him. They should bring him back because once again, I mean, Jojo, it was a 140. He didn't make weight, and look how this whole card is being scrutinized by everybody now.
Yeah, man. This definitely is not selling. The main event is Schofield versus Rhodes. I get it. Schofield is actually from San Antonio, I believe, which is that's where they're having the fight. So they're hoping to have a little bit of a hometown crowd, but he's not really that known, man. This fight card, I thought it probably would have been better had you had the Jojo Diaz fight because he's a little bit more notable. Is he ready, David? Is Jojo Diaz, is he fight ready for this fight, or do you think he's just taking this lightly?
You know what? Once again, you know what? Golden Boy, and I don't blame just Oscar. Oscar's just the face. Golden Boy is Eric Gomez. Golden Boy is his staff. I mean, Virgil Ortiz, 3 times now, 3 times has failed. And I know we're counting 2 of the because of this disease, but Mikey, I sent you that article. I think it was in 2019. He was supposed to fight under Canelo's card in New York, and they did not give him a license because of his eyesight. New York did not give him a license. So it's been 3 times that this has happened, not with the new disease that he has, but it's been 3 times. You would have thought that Eric Gomez would have said, hey, if something goes wrong, Rocha, be ready. Just if something goes wrong, Rocha, be ready. And Rocha stays ready. You know what I mean? When Virgil went out, Rocha, you're coming in now. Could you imagine that? I mean, this poor guy, Stanonius, I mean, twice already. He's trained for it. That's a year of training.
Wow.
Is he getting paid for that? Of course not. You know what I mean? That's a year of his life of training for what? For nothing. So once again, to answer your question, Golden Boy, it's not just Oscar, it's Eric Gomez, it's the whole staff. Come on, man. I mean, and now they're having problems, and it ain't pick on Golden Boy night, but they're having problems refunding. I mean, there's people. One lady I was reading on Twitter. She's coming from Utah. She got her hotel. She got her flight. She got her tickets. And now because of this, she got her hotel refunded. She got her plane refunded. Now Golden Boy is not refunding them.
Wow.
So that's the problem. So you know what? It's not Oscar. It's Eric Gomez. It's the whole group. Guys, get your shit in order, because you know what? Stuff like this is what's making boxing look bad. Forget about Golden Boy, but it's making boxing in general look bad. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Rocha against Stanonius. Yeah, or Virgil's out, but that would have been a great fight. Great fight.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, David just spit some straight. Damn, man. Hey,
It is what it is.
I didn't think about that, but you're right. You're right, man. Just going back to Jojo Diaz, I don't know if he's still going to be the Warrior or not, man. I'm going to pick him to win, though. I think this is me.
Yeah. He's got
yeah.
Gentlemen, just real quick. The kid Schofield, man, that guy's they said they put a tomato can because he's still coming up. He's only 20 years old. He reminds me of a little Bradley mixed with a little bit of he has a little bit of Cotto in him. He's a little short, buff dude. He's a banger. So you're gonna see Schofield.
Really?
He's pretty good, man. Yeah, he goes to the body like a little Cotto Bradley type. A kid from Texas. So we're gonna see Schofield showcase. He's at home, so that's good. And then the undercard, man, the Virgil Ortiz fight would have been phenomenal. And then we got the Boots Ennis fight, and then the undercard of De Los Santos versus Adorno. That's a banger, guys. That's a banger.
That's a good fight.
Jesus Christ, Adorno's fire, dude. Puerto Rican American kid, fire, dog. Oh my god, dog. Oh yeah, he goes to the body. He's crispy. He's fucking tight. The only thing that De Los Santos is he has power with both hands. There's no technique in him. He just has power, dude. And this kid Adorno has power, but he's crispy. He's nice, dude. He is nice.
And I think I think De Los Santos got his recognition, man, when he took out what's his face? Shoot.
Rayo.
I was there at the fight. Yeah, Rayo, yeah.
Rayo,
I was there at the fight. Yeah. So definitely, man, something to definitely watch. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to the meat on the bone, man. Look, I've said it plenty of times. Virgil Ortiz is my favorite fighter. However, I want to make it clear. It is hard. It is very hard to stay a fan of a fighter that's not active, even if it's not his fault. I get it, man. But the less you see him in the ring, or the less I see him in the ring, the further away I get, man, because even if it's not your fault, okay, but I need to see you fight, man. Okay, this is very unfortunate, all right? And the fact that it's happening, it happened yesterday morning. The fact that it happened, I mean, so close to the fight, this speaks so much volumes, Holmes. Okay, this could have happened at the fight. This could have happened during the fight. I mean, is anybody keeping a close eye on this kid? So the fight's off. definitely Montestañones. I feel bad for that dude. That dude does not have a name. Okay, what I mean by a name is that he doesn't really sell, especially here in the United States. Nobody really knows who he is. So he's been done wrong a lot of times. He was supposed to get the Errol Spence fight, but oh well. It's just, hey, you're kind of a nobody, so we're just gonna push you off to the side. Holmes, kick sticks. This fight has been postponed. This is the third time now. One of them was because of Stanionis, because he got injured.
Yeah.
But now you got this with Virgil Ortiz, which sucks. It really does, man. And I want this kid to recover. I want this kid to be okay. And I know a lot of people are saying that he just fainted, but there's a lot more that went to it. David, what can you tell us about what happened, man?
Actually, it happened Wednesday, Ed. It happened Wednesday in Dallas. He was at the gym just shadow boxing, and he went down, and his heart actually stopped. His father had to give him CPR, and when they got there, they had to use a defibrillator on him. They brought him back to life, basically, in the ambulance. So it's a lot more, like you said. I agree with you. Where's his dietitian? Where is his trainer? Where's the doctor basically monitoring, his weight? And they said he just fainted and went out. And that's when imagine a father giving your own son CPR and your son's dying there. That's very, very sad. But you know what, to answer your question, Ed, I think he should go. If he is going to come back, I don't know if he could come back. You know what I mean? I mean, that disease, I'm doing some research on it. That disease, I don't know if there's a cure for it, And, but if he does come back, I'd like to see him come back, not at 154, at 160. He's 5'10", 5'11", close to 5'11". He's a big boy. He's fast, and he has hands of steel, and he could take a punch. I think at 160 right now, with all the guys that are there, I think he would do great. Not even at 154. Come back at 160. He's getting that man strength, that man body. I think he would do great at 160 myself, if he comes back.
Okay. Word came down that he needs to rest for 60 days or something like that, that he still plans to fight sometime this year. Look, man, I don't know, Holmes. We're not doctors on here. There's definitely something wrong with this kid. Mikey, what do you make? This is something internal, man. It's not like, oh man, you know what? He has an elbow problem or something like that. This is internal like that, dog. Like what do you make of what's going on with Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate, dude. He's literally dying. We don't know what are the effects of COVID, right? Some people say it's man-made and this and that, and it affected people in different ways. So it affected him a different way than it affected other people. So we don't really know, man. And like this disease that he has or whatever, it could lead to kidney disease, kidney failure, heart failure, or he could be disabled. So he really needs to analyze what's going on. And what's kind of crazy what they brought up, and I thought about it, I told my dad that Virgil Ortiz loves boxing so much, and that's his life. He plays guitar in his room, and then he just boxes all day. They have to pull him out of the gym, literally. Yeah. And he might kill himself, dude. This is his life, dude. He might commit suicide. Boxers they're not normal, dude. This is a lonely road. So I'm kind of afraid for him. I'm kind of like sad, dude. Like, man, what's gonna happen to Virgil? I hope he comes back. Is this fight postponed? Is it going to be at 147 again? It better not. His dad better step up, dude. This is the third time that this has been happening. Like, it's like his body's already telling him, like, dude, you need to do something about it. His dad needs to do something about it, man. It's not only about the money, not only about. I'm not trying to say that, but dude, he's gonna die, man. He's gonna die. So I hope he comes back if he's 100% or walk away, man. And 154, 160, why not? Why not, man? But he has to be 100%.
As of right now, to everything that I've seen, this fight has been postponed, which leads me to ask a bunch of questions. Okay, first of all, how do you not cancel this fight? Second of all, and just having Montestañones just waiting around. Second of all, postpone to what? To welterweight? Or are we coming to 154 with this fight? I mean, how are we coming back? Hey, guys, I got a clip right here. Let's go ahead. Let's check it out. Let's bring the Golden Boy himself. This is part of Fight Hub TV. He was asked. This was yesterday. Let's go ahead and break it down just a little bit. It's short. I'll be pausing it throughout.
Obviously, with the postponement of Virgil, now this again. What's overall thoughts on the situation of Virgil? You know, they say he fainted. When you received the news, what were your initial thoughts at the moment?
His health is number one. Obviously, you can't step inside a ring with health issues. We were very concerned. We are very concerned. This is the third time it's happened, and you know, we wish him a speedy recovery. Doctors obviously feel you know, that after he gets some rest and, you know, take some time off, and you know, doctors feel he can come back and fight once again.
All right, let me start with real quick, man. Oscar looks so defeated. I mean, his face, he does not look confident at all, man. You're talking to the media, Holmes. You look so defeated, homie. I get it. Your fighter is down, but you don't even, I'm not even sure. Do you guys think he's making some of this up, or do you think he's really got something? He really talked to the doctors, or do you think he's just making this up for the media?
Well, first of all, he's lying.
Okay.
First of all, he's not looking at a camera, not looking at you. When they asked him that question, or he made that, he looked down right there. That's a lie. I mean, me, I'm a trained investigator, trained, you know, interviewing people, you know, interviewer. He lied. You know what I mean? He made it up. When he looked down and all of a sudden he comes back up because he thought what the lie was going to be. That's number one. Number two, and I'm being facetious here, I think that his coke connection got arrested, so he didn't have a chance to blow. You know what I mean? I'm being facetious here, but you know what? This is the real Oscar. The Oscar you see, hey, dude, he's high or drunk. There's a sober Oscar. That's the real Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mikey, you think he's lying? You think he's just trying to speak good for the cameras?
Yeah. I mean, he's a promoter, man. His fighter, dude. He has to do refunds. There's a whole bunch, and like Dave said, when I noticed his body language is he's closed. He's closed up. He's not open. He's not staring at the camera. He looks away, and those are indicators that you're hiding something. But man, dude, I would be the same too, crossing my arms. Dude, this fight didn't come through. It's the third time. Like, Golden Boy, you guys are messing up, dude. Dave already did that spill. You guys are messing up, and it's continued to happen. Like, dude, I'm not confident. There's another Virgil Ortiz fight. You know what? I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna buy tickets if I want to buy tickets, because he might postpone it again, So, man, right now there's a whole bunch of lawsuits probably, and money has to get back, and he probably lost a whole bunch of money, and his co-connect probably got busted. So, yeah, man, yeah.
All right, let's continue.
That's you know, great news for everyone.
Is it safe to say that, you know, due what's happening, he's cutting weight? Is it safe to say maybe it's going to be best to move to 154 at the moment, not right now? Probably give him a couple of months to rest. Would it be safe to do that? Because even 154 still stacked Oscar to stack.
Oh, sure. No, I mean, look, he's a big kid, so I think 154 would be ideal. I strongly feel that Virgil Ortiz was right there knocking on the door to fight for the world title. He was going to fight for the world title, but he was in line to challenge Errol Spence. He was in line to challenge Crawford, the winner of that fight. So it's unfortunate, but look, I strongly feel that Virgil Ortiz will come back stronger than ever. I feel that 154 is going to be his ideal weight to become a world title very soon.
Right. Let me start real quick, man. I really don't think he would. The fight with Errol Spence was ever going to happen. He's over there. He's a PBC guy. That I don't think was ever going to happen, man. I don't like his body language. I don't like his tone. Damn it. All right, let me just finish it just so we can.
With Verge, was there any warning signs? How was it feeling during camp? Was there anything that made you worry that this could play up again?
Everything was great. I mean, till the last second, everything was great. He looked amazing. Stitch, I believe, is cut man.
Sister Ann.
Yeah, was saying, man, Virgil Ortiz looks better than ever. So we were all excited, and in boxing, if you don't hear any news, that's always good news. So once we once we got that call, I mean, I kind of had a feeling something was up, something was going on, and so.
Okay, hang on. Let me stop it right there because reports have came out saying that Virgil Ortiz, now I don't know this to be true, but that Virgil Ortiz during his training camp needed IVs to keep himself hydrated. So I'm not really sure what to believe here, David.
I don't know. I didn't hear those reports, but you know what? If he needed IVs, that means that he had somebody monitoring him.
Okay. And I don't know much about this disease, but at the same time, he's saying that, hey, man, everything was good, but now you're saying that it was Stitch Duran that was informing you. So you weren't there, Oscar. You could.
And you know what, Ed? He's too busy on Twitter fighting with, Ed, Natural. You know what I mean? He's too busy doing that. He instead of watching over, like Impala says, as Golden Goose. That's who he should be watching instead of fighting with Ed.
Instead of going back and forth with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
all right,
Ryan Garcia, another one.
Like I said, his health is first, and then we'll take it from there.
I know you're not a doctor, but is this something you think he'll overcome and be balanced, or is it something that could hang with him?
Yeah, the doctor said that yes, it was fatigue and dehydration. But the doctors say it's something that he can overcome. Absolutely.
All right, shout outs. Hold on there. Hey, shout outs to Fight Hub TV, man, for that. Okay. Let's break that down just a little bit, man, because I got a lot to say when it comes to Oscar, man, who is my favorite fighter of all time. He was a hero of mine when I was a kid. Oscar, you are so defeated, homie. Your body language right there was terrible. You had no confidence whatsoever. You want to cross your arms? That's cool, homie, but come strong and say, like, listen, to everybody, it's unfortunate. We care about our fighter, Virgil Ortiz. Okay, this is unfortunate this is happening. We want to apologize to the fans, and we're, keeping up to date on the health of Virgil Ortiz. Our apologies to all the fans out there. We're going to do whatever we can to we compensate you guys, whatever it may be. And at the same time, we're keeping an eye on our fighter, Virgil Ortiz. His health is number one. Dude, you are so defeated, homie. You're over there looking at the ground. You're looking up and just talking like, he's gonna come back. Oh yeah, like, dog. I don't know who's believing this dude, dog. This guy is so defeated. And by the way you're running your company, Holmes, you got some good, solid fighters, and these guys ain't going anywhere. You got Williams Opeda, badass. How come nobody really knows him? Zurdos is kind of a loser. I don't really care about him. Jaime Munguia, man, you can't get this dude to, he's barely starting to become somebody, and this guy's got over 40 fights. You got some solid fighters. This guy right here, Virgil Ortiz, who should be well more known, because everything about boxing, the reason why I love boxing, I find it in this kid, in Virgil Ortiz. The way he conducts himself, the way he fights, he's got skills. He's got guts, homie. He bangs it, dog. But not just that, he's got good boxing skills and everything. Everything about boxing, I love in this kid, man. Are you having somebody just monitor this kid? Are you having somebody there? I don't know Virgil Ortiz's old man. There's rumors out there, and again, just rumors, that maybe his old man isn't the best. I don't know that to be true. I've always kind of seen his dad. I don't really see much of him. I don't really hear too much of him. The little bit that I've seen, the little bit that I've heard, he seems like a stand-up guy, but I don't really know. But I've heard that his dad might not be the best, man. So I'm not really sure. But Oscar, dog, you do got some fighters, and you're doing nothing with them. So, man, I really don't understand. A lot of dudes have left you, man, but you look terrible. You look terrible in that interview, being there publicly for your fighter, man. That looked horrible. David, your thoughts, man?
You know what? It's probably a corporation, Golden Boy Corporation. I think it's time for that board because Oscar's just the face. I think it's time for that board to say, you know what, Oscar, sit down. We're going to either buy you out, we'll stay with the name, but it's time for you to sit down and have the president, Eric Gomez, be the president and let him be the face of Golden Boy. We don't need Oscar anymore. We know who Oscar is. Oscar is being detrimental to that company because once again of his addiction, his past, and the problems that he's having psychologically. So yeah, I think that if they do have a board, the board needs to sit him down and take control and let Eric Gomez or fire Eric Gomez and bring somebody that is going to run that company the way it should be run.
Yeah, Mikey, I saw this and I'm like, holy smokes, dog. I cannot believe how defeated this Vato looks, dog. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, promoting isn't easy, man. We've seen guys try to come in. We've seen 50 Cent trying to promote in and out. It's not an easy sport. It's not an easy game, man. It sounds easy. We've seen people try to do it. There's a lot of pressure on Oscar, and he's just the face. But the name, there's a lot of pressure in this. And, man, Golden Boy's going down the drain. I was talking to Dave last time, and I'm like, after Canelo, who's next? Who's next? We need a great fighter coming up. And I'm like, Virgil is Mexican, and he speaks English. Great kid. It's Virgil that's next. Boxing ain't nothing without a Mexican fighter, without a Mexican-American or a Mexican fighter. And we don't really have, in 5 years, we don't really have any. Puerto Rico has promising fighters. African-Americans have great fighters, and so on. And I'm like, dude, who's next for us? And it's Virgil. It's Virgil. And maybe we're not going to have that, man. So maybe Oscar's, he's thinking of that. Like, man, I think we're done. I think we're done, man. I think all the boys done. If Virgil doesn't come back, Virgil he's the guy to save Mexican-American boxing, man. I don't see no one yet as promising as him. And maybe it's the the Robert Garcia curse. I've seen a lot of fighters leave the Robert Garcia camp and they fail miserably. So he needs to go back with Robert Garcia. They know about boxing. Yeah. They know about training. Yeah. They know about when to drink water, what to eat, and all that. Hey, his dad, who has he managed? Who has he brought to titles? Who is his dad? All due respect, man. His dad loves his son. You can see it, but I don't think he's doing the right. He doesn't have the experience, and his son could die, man. So he needs to go back with Robert Garcia as soon as possible. And Ortiz is the savior of Mexican-American boxing. I called it right here, man.
100% true.
Yeah. Jay-Z, I think.
Yeah, Jay-Z tried it. 50 Cent tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he tried to get into the boxing game as well, man. Look, Oscar, the biggest name you have is Ryan Garcia, and he doesn't want to be with you. Okay, you keep on fighting with him on social media, which is mind-blowing, dog. You give this little half step, little, I don't want to start cussing, homie, but little push foot of in front of cameras, dog. You look terrible, man. That was horrible, dog. Virgil Ortiz, man, can be a big star. Now, I really want this kid to be well. I really do. Reports have came down saying that he is going to fight this later on this year. If that's the case, I hope he's 100% healthy. I hope he is. Guys, this happened, man, just a few days. Damn, can you imagine if this happened in the ring? I mean, look, as how sad that would be to happen to Virgil Ortiz. Think about Golden Boy now. This happened on your watch, homie. So this kid definitely has an issue. It's just moving up. David, is just moving up in weight. Is that I know we're not doctors, but does that solve the problem?
I don't think it solves a problem. I think I'm with Mikey. He needs to go back with Robert Garcia. I like Manny Robles, but you know what? His father's not giving Manny Robles 100% control. Manny Robles is just a figurehead, and they're using his gym. That's all he is. His father needs to take him back to Robert, have a doctor, have a medical staff watching that disease that he has. Is it curable or is it not curable? I don't find a cure for that disease. If it's not curable, hang up the gloves and become a trainer, become a musician, go back to playing the piano, guitar, write songs, and have a wonderful life. and we will talk about him like we talk about Salvador Sanchez someday. Man, that guy was good, but Salvador died. This guy continued because of a debilitating disease. If it is, hang it up. If not, if there is hope, and there is, 160, not 154, 160, because he's, you know what, that's basically is one of the reasons why the fatigue coming to 147, 154, that's only what, 8 pounds, 6 more pounds? Go to 160 and he'll be fine if there's a cure for that disease. If there's not, hang it up.
JC's saying we need to hear from Robles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Mikey, is just moving up in weight. You think that cures it all? I know we're not doctors, or do you think that helps? I thought you brought up a great point. Go back to Robert Garcia, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. They like I said, they have the experience. They know how to cut weight, how not. They felt a few times, you know what I mean? So Robert was a fighter. Big G has a lot of experience. That's a walking memorial right there, man. So, man, he needs to go back with Robert Garcia and dude, I don't really know, man. Like I'm going back to COVID. We don't really know what COVID. People are still are feeling the effects of COVID. We don't really know, man. And not this isn't a sport where you could call timeout or fatigue. Now this is boxing, dude. You could die. He could have died if this would have happened during the fight. Ed, you brought that up, and I was thinking about it. He could have died, dude. His career. Stayonis is no slouch, dude. He was gonna get tested. He was, and if he wasn't 100%, he was gonna get knocked out, even probably even killed, dude. So, man, dude, I don't know. I don't really know what to think. We need to do a little bit more research and let time tell. But it's a disease, man. I've been hearing that the only way there's a doctor in Europe or in Spain that could cure him. That this is incurable. This isn't that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Definitely sucks, man. And here's the other thing that I want to say too. Okay, if he comes back, you don't put him in this match. You don't put him in against Montes Steniones. You put him in there with a straight tomato can.
Put me in there.
Straight up, man. Because this is ongoing with him, don't postpone this fight. Cancel this fight. And hey, Virgil, you're coming back. You're coming back at 154 at least, or as David says, possibly
157,
160, 154, whatever it may be. But don't put him in there against another undefeated fighter. Nah, Charlie, homie, you know what? Now we're gonna take it easy on you, just to make sure, everything's good. You're gonna train. You're gonna train hard and prepare yourself for the fight. But you're not going in there against undefeated Montes Steniones. Not to say that I thought Montes Steniones was gonna beat him, but he was gonna give him a good fight. Don't put him in there. You really care about your fighter like that? Hey, homie, he comes back and he's ready to fight. Good. Give him a tomato can. Maybe even 2 tomato cans.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. 2, 3, man. 2, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Don't go and start putting this kid into some big fights, man, where the pressure is on him that he really has to, push himself so hard where this could possibly happen to him again. So, but look, if this is really a medical issue that he's gonna be suffering with, I hate to say it, man. I really do. But yeah, man, maybe hang it up. And I hate that so much, fellas, because damn it, dog. I put so much stock into one Mr. Young Virgil Ortiz, man. I mean, it's sad, man. It really is. But David, do we see him back in the end of the year like they're predicting? They're saying 60 days off, and then he'll train, and then he'll get back in the ring. Do we see him before the year's over, David?
No, we're not going to see him. I think we're not going to see him till next year. And Larry Liston, I'm reading what he's saying, that he'd like to see him. Tim DeZoo, you know what? No, you know what? He needs to go to 160, put him with 1 or 2 tomato cans, and he will be a champ at 160, without a doubt. You know what? But he needs to fight guys at 160 just so we could see how he does, get used to the fight, gets used to the punch, gets used to the weight, that extra weight in the gym. And you know what? He will if he heals from this. If he doesn't heal from this, give it up. But if he heals from this, I don't like him at 154. I want to see him at 160 because I think that he will. He's 5'11". He'll do wonderful. I mean, 5'11" is pretty tall for 160. I mean, that's Charlo's 5'60. I mean, 5'11. So Canelo's 5'8" con tacones. You know what I mean? With stilettos.
That's what I was gonna say.
5'7". You know what I mean? So he'll do wonderful. He'll do great things, and he's building. He's becoming getting that man body. 160 is good for him. I don't want him at 154.
Okay. If he can't make 154, I wouldn't mind it. That's fine. But just to play it safe, if this is really the issue, then go up to 160, a couple of tomato cans. Mikey, do we see him fight before the year's over?
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. He literally died and he brought back. He got brought back. So I don't think so, man. They say 60. Like Oscar said 60, right? Oscar's lying, man. You could tell he's lying. So man, nah, I hope not. Nah, man, take the year off, come back, get some 2 or 3 tomato cans, and move up to 154, 160. Dave wants 160. I wouldn't mind, man. Why I wouldn't mind? Get some muscle and big mamarote and just freaking start killing. He has the power. Let's see that the power goes up, and let's start again. He's a great kid, man. He's perfect for the sport, man.
Yeah. But you called Oscar a mentirosa, Holmes.
Right now, you're just a liar, a straight mentirosa. Today you tell me something, y mañana otra cosa.
Yeah.
But
That's a good one.
You know what, man? You know what? Yes. Virgil Ortiz is perfect for this sport. He is exactly what you want in this sport, man. You got a lot of, clowns, a lot of douchebags, a lot of silly mofos, dog. Virgil Ortiz is exactly the type of fighter that I want my kids and grandkids to look at and say, see that guy right there, son? That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. The way he carries himself, the way he talks, the way he walks. He's not out there with all the mamadas or anything like that, man. I love this kid. It's sad, man. I was really pumped up for this fight. I couldn't wait for this fight. And who knows? Unfortunately, we may never see him fight again. That's the unfortunate. I'm hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, man. But, hey, real quick, if you're in Montes Chingones, what do you do, David?
You know what? I don't know. I hire a really good attorney and go after Oscar and sue him for one of his stilettos, like JC said. You know what I mean? Because it's a year of his life, and he's paying his trainers, he's paying his sparring partner, he's paying these people. It's a year of his life. Yeah. So you know what? I'd hire a really good attorney and go after them. That's what I would do. And get ready for the winner of Boots Ennis and Royman tonight, because they're not going to fight Crawford or Spence. They're going to be repeating it after that fight. So that would be a good fight. The winner of tomorrow's fight Chingones. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, Mikey, if you're in Montes Chingones and they're saying, "Oh, the fight's postponed, man, it'll happen later on this year," what are you doing, Mikey?
No, I can't take that gamble. I'm running out of money. I probably don't have any money. I'm on credit, so I wouldn't take this fight, man. Virgil's not 100% anymore, dude. So, get the Boots in this fight, or even move up to 160. Him and Tim Tszyu. Nobody wants to fight him. Hey, dude, if you're the best, take the test and go move up and wait. Why not? So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I was watching the roundtable. Shout outs to our boy D Style, and he said this. He said, "I wouldn't take the fight anymore because you don't want to be the guy to kill someone in the ring." So, and if that's gonna be his first fight back, I'd rather not take that chance. So, but
hey, man, you know what, Ed? He needs to stay at 147. Because I don't see Crawford or Spence staying at 147. I see Jermell staying at 168 or 160 after he loses to Canelo. And 154 is going to be open for 4 belts. 157, I'm sorry, going to be open for 4 belts. And 147 is going to be open for 4 belts. So just be patient. Stay there. Fight Rocha. He wants to fight a
That's a banger. That's a banger.
Good.
Rocha's your boy. Rocha's your boy, and that's a great test. And I'll give Rocha respect. I'll give him
Yeah.
his respect, his props. Like, hey, this guy, he is good, but they're putting tomato cans. And that's what I'm saying about Benavidez. I always bring it up. They are great, but this is a great test for Rocha, man.
Yeah,
This is a
great test for Rocha.
Yeah. No,
That
I agree. That'll be good, man. Chingones says, hey, listen, man, I'm not waiting. You've had me wait for so long already. You got your boy Rocha right there. Let's handle some business. Woo, that'd be good, man. I would love
But don't put JoJo on the undercard because he's bad luck. He's bad luck.
Jojo, yeah, Jojo.
No JoJo.
Oh man. Hey, well, gentlemen, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the fights, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm watching him.
Yeah, Diego Pachenko, man. I like him at 168. I'm not sold on him yet, but damn, he looks good, man. But anything else, fellas, before we wrap it up?
No, man. You know what? Next week, next Tuesday at 6 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock my time, on the gray line, the true story behind the blue line, we have a great host. This guy, Richard Valdemar, former Vietnam veteran. I mean, this guy has a story. Not only that, but Mikey, I know you like to listen to a lot of Mexican mafia stories. Dude, from I believe it's 1990 to 2000, I believe 14, he was a sergeant at the LA County Jail in charge of all the prison gangs, Mexican mafia. During that time, anybody that went through the county jail, which is 95% of the MM members, went through him. He interviewed them, he investigated them. Cholo, I'm telling you, this guy's a legend in our world in law enforcement. Next Wednesday, he's going to talk about Vietnam, and then he's coming back to talk about the Mexican mafia. So if you like to hear those stories, you're not reading about it, you're not hearing it from a liar, you're hearing it from somebody that was there and a true gunslinger and a true warrior. So next Tuesday, 6 o'clock, the Gray Line podcast.
You're not hearing it from De La Hoya.
No, you're not hearing from the oh yeah. Stilettos.
Oh, that LA Men's Central Jail, man. Gosh darn it. That sucker is just so damn.
Were you ever there, Ed? Were you ever there?
Oh, yes.
What year were you there?
That was 99 or 2000. I forgot which one. It's the worst.
So you knew him. You know who this guy is.
Maybe.
Because if you were a gangster, he knew you without a doubt. But he knew the Emmett guys. Those are the ones he worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that is Mike Zavala from Mikey TV.
Yes, Mikey TV.
You guys go check
me on Mikey TV, baby.
Yeah.
David Contreras, man, go check him on the Gray Line. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Thoughts and prayers go out to Virgil. Hopefully he can recover, man. And he's just so damn great for boxing. So, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. We'll catch you guys on next one.